government site kung ilang LMIA spots ang na-approve from January to June 2023 sa ang province at anong mga occupations. I can share the full list, but hello everyone! Welcome again sa isang video after a while. If it's your first time in my channel, I'm Marjorie Quintos from Montreal, Quebec, Canadian immigration consultant sa Mercan Group of Companies. Thank you sa mga patuloy na nakasubscribe sa aking channel kahit na paminsan-minsan na lang ako mag-post ng long videos like this one today. But it's worth the wait dahil sa episode na ito, masasagot yung mga tanong nyo about visiting Canada and finding employment, what, where, and how to avoid failure all in one video. Good news dahil may bagong immigration program like this. This pilot program addresses demands and recruitment challenges within the province. Nitong mga nakaraang buwan, nagkaroon ng hype about visiting Canada and finding jobs when they get here. Madaming mga nabuong Facebook groups at isa sa mga groups na inobserve ko ay ang Pinoy Tourist Visa in Canada looking for LMIA. Pati sa Facebook page ko po and emails, madaming nagtatanong, what are my chances? Makakahanap kaya ako ng work? Magkakaroon kaya ako ng work permit? Andito na po ako sa Canada. Pwede mo po ba akong ihanap ng employer? Saang province ng Canada ako dapat magpunta para mabilis akong makahanap ng employer na may LMIA? If you want to know the answers, tapusin ang video na ito because I made an extensive research that you can see your chances and where to look. First, let's review. Ano ba ang visitor visa at ano ang bawal at hindi bawal gawin kapag naka-visitor status ka sa Canada? Ang lahat ng Filipino passport holders maliban sa Canadian citizens at permanent residents ay dapat mag-apply at kumuha ng Temporary Resident Visa or TRV upang makapasok sa Canada para magtrabaho or mag-aral. Kung gusto mo lang bumisita sa Canada, kailangan mo pa rin mag-apply ng TRV bilang isang bisita or turista. As of now, hindi visa exempt ang bansang Pilipinas. So, fast forward, nag-apply ka na ng visitor visa, na-approve ka na. Hindi ka na-offload sa Pilipinas, nakasakay ka na ng eroplano at dumating ka na sa Canada. Pagpasok mo sa Canada, port of entry ay i-greet ka ng immigration officer. Yung immigration officer ang magde-decide kung papapasukin ka ng Canada at kung how long kanila i-allow to stay in Canada. Maaari kang mabigyan ng visitor record. It's a document that is issued na ikinakabit sa passport mo. Nakalagay sa visitor record ang date when you must leave Canada and restrictions on what you can do during your stay. Kapag hindi ka nabigyan ng visitor record at pinapasok ka pa rin ng Canada, you're allowed to stay in Canada for 6 months from your arrival. 6 months as a visitor. Ngayon, kung pipiliin mong maghanap ng trabaho habang nasa visitor status ka, dapat mong tandaan ang mga sumusunod. Una, huwag kailanman itago ang tunay na dahilan ng iyong pagbisita sa Canada mula sa isang immigration officer sa port of entry. Isang tingin pa lang, alam na nila ang pakay mo. They're trained to spot who's telling the truth and who is not. Pangalawa, you will be expected to prove your intention na bumalik sa iyong bansa kapag na-expire ang iyong visitor visa, anuman ang result ng iyong paghahanap ng trabaho. Pangatlo, you will be expected to prove na hindi ka magtatrabaho sa Canada nang walang work permit. Not knowing the law is not an excuse when you violate it. So, as a starter, I can share with you the things you can and can't do in Canada while you're in visitor status. Start tayo sa things you can't do. Number 1, hindi ka pwedeng magtrabaho sa Canada. Kailangan mo ng valid work permit or authorization para makapagtrabaho dito. Ang isang visitor ay walang pahintulot na magtrabaho sa Canada. Kaya, kailangan mong tiyakin na hindi ka nakikibahagi sa anumang activities kung saan direkta kang pumasok sa labor market ng Canada. Whether paid or unpaid, working without proper documentation is a serious offense in Canadian immigration law. Nanghuhuli po ang immigration ng mga illegal workers at nagpapauwi at nababan sila from re-entering Canada. Number 2, Hindi pwedeng mag-aral sa Canada in most cases, but there are some exceptions which I will tell you later in this video. So, ano naman ang pwedeng gawin ng isang may visitor status? Number 1, pwede kang mag-take ng short-term course in Canada. Usually, kailangan mong kumuha ng study permit upang maging authorized na mag-aral sa Canada. However, may ilang rare exemptions that allow you to study in Canada gamit ang isang visitor status. If, for example, yung course na ay hindi galing sa isang Designated Learning Institution or DLI. Number 2, yung tagal ng kurso or programa ay hindi lalagpas ng 6 na buwan. And number 3, yung kurso ay hindi bahagi ng isang long-term program. Number 4, tatapusin mo ang kurso bago mag-expire ang iyong visitor status. Then, pwedeng mag-apply ng extension to remain in Canada. If you'd like to extend your stay, maaari kang mag-apply ng extension. This is done mostly online sa RCIC websites and must be submitted bago mag-expire ang status mo. Extensions are at the discretion of the immigration officer reviewing your application. Titignan po kung may valid reason for you to remain in Canada. If you're still watching this video, keep watching dahil the most important or relevant information is yet to be said by yours truly. Number 3, pwede kang magsagawa ng mga business activities. While you generally need a work permit to work in Canada, you can carry out some business activities while on a visitor status as long as you don't directly enter the Canadian labor market. Halimbawa, maaari kang bumili ng mga produkto or serbisyo para sa isang foreign business mo. Bisitahin ang isang business site. Tumanggap ng training para sa paggamit ng products or produkto, pagbebenta, or iba pang business functions under invitation from Canadian business, at makipagkita at makipag-ugnayan sa mga tao para sa pagsisimula or pagtatapos ng isang business transaction. Number 4, pwede kang maghanap ng trabaho sa Canada. While visitor visas are not meant to be used as a vehicle to find work in Canada, ang mga may hawak ng visitor visa ay hindi naman hayagang pinagbabawalan na maghanap ng trabaho habang sila ay nasa Canada. Actually, may mga employers sa Canada na madalas na mas gusto makipagkita or ma-meet muna in person ang mga applicants bago nila i-hire ang mga ito at di na kailangan gumastos ng employer ng pamasahe mo. Most likely, tirahan meron ka na din, di ba? So, kaya ang paghahanap ng trabaho mula sa loob ng Canada ay maaaring maging epektibo din. Number 5, last but not the least, and the favorite topic niyo in this vlog, pwedeng mag-apply ng work permit. Take note, hindi ibig sabihin na pwede ka na lang basta mag-convert from visitor to worker status. Dati kasi, kahit may validated job offer na, kailangan mo pa rin mag-apply ng panibagong visa sa iyong home country, which means you have to exit Canada at maghintay ng approval for work visa bago ka makabalik ng Canada at makakuha ng work permit. But may bagong policy until Feb 2025 na posible na para sa mga visitors ang mag-apply ng work permit without exiting Canada. So, nakahanap ka ng employer na gusto kang i-hire. What's next? In most cases, your employer will need a Labor Market Impact Assessment or LMIA for you to have a ticket to apply for a work permit. With an LMIA, the Government of Canada confirms na legit yung job offer ni employer for you at napatunayan ng employer na walang qualified na Canadians at permanent residents ang nag-apply para sa job position na hinahanap nila. Napanood nyo ba yung video ko about Temporary Foreign Worker Program? Yung iba't ibang klase ng LMIA. Pakinood nyo yung mga videos na yon para sa inyong kaalaman sa ano nga ba ang iba't ibang klase ng work permits and LMIAs. Are you learning something new yet? Keep watching as the most important information is coming in a few minutes before I end this video. Sa mga nag-iisip pa lang na mag-visit ng Canada to find a job, I would like you to think long and hard about it. Is it worth coming to Canada as a visitor, having to spend all those money sa pamasahe, 50 to 80K sa one-way ticket? Kailangan mo pa ng round trip. Yung rent sa titirahan ko, 20 to 30K monthly. Pagkain ko, 10 to 15K per month. Clothing ko, etc. And I'm not allowed to work. Paano yung pamilya ko sa Pilipinas? Paano at saan ako kukuha ng ipapadala sa kanila? Okay, granted na my friends or relatives ako sa Canada, are they able to support me in my basic needs and for how long? Or hanapin ko kayang in demand sa Canada tapos kuha ako ng experience, then mag-apply ako para sure na may direction ang pagpasok ko sa Canada. Bayad pa na employer yung pamasahe ko at tutulong sila maghanap ng titirahan ko. The decision is yours. I'm just gonna provide you with facts and figures, okay? According to CEIC data, Canada visitor arrivals grand total is 7,427,275 from January to June 2023. What's the chance of finding a job in Canada with an LMIA? So, I was able to retrieve from Canada government site kung ilang LMIA spots ang na-approve from January to June 2023 sa ang province at anong mga occupations. I can share the full list but I'll only give it to my YouTube subscribers bilang thank you na din for your continued trust in my channel and in me. Send me an email with proof of your subscription to my YouTube channel. You will get my email address sa YouTube channel page ko po. So anyway, from what I gather, from January to June 2023, total number of LMIAs approved is 78,733. So let's do the math. Kahit nasa visitors, bibigay lahat ng LMIAs approved, 78,733 divided by 7.4 million something is 1% lang ang chance ng mga visitors. But my problem is, yung mga LMIAs na na-approved, 90% ay may hired na applicants to take those spots, which leaves much lower chances for visitors. Let's break it down and start with ilang LMIA spots ang na-approve per province. Here it is in alphabetical order. Alberta, 6,626. British Columbia, 13,331. Manitoba, 1,160. New Brunswick, 2,390. Newfoundland and Labrador, 669. Northwest Territories, 7. Nova Scotia, 2,216. Nunavut, 4. Ontario, 20,956. Prince Edward Island, 848. Quebec, 29,643. Saskatchewan, 623. Yukon is 4. And employers carrying on businesses outside Canada is 256. So, among the 10 provinces and 3 territories, nanguna ang Quebec, pamangalawa ang Ontario, at pangatlo ang British Columbia. At pang-apat ang Alberta. Wondering why yung ibang province mababa ang LMIA approvals? Kasi, ganito yan. May way yung other provinces to bypass the LMIA process in the form of provincial nominee programs, which are employment-based permanent residence programs, which also allows applicants to apply for a work permit using provincial nomination and work permit support letter from the province. So, hindi na kailangan ng LMIA. Hindi din madali mag-qualify sa PNP. You need to take language tests, prove you have education, work experience, at within the age bracket needed, and many other qualifying factors like yung ibang province humihingi ng show money, may mga relatives ka dapat in that province, and most importantly, a valid job offer. I have videos about provincial nominee programs on my YouTube channel. Pakinood for more info. Baka yun din yung isa sa maging chance mo or pathway for PR in Canada. So, next, ano ang mga top 10 na trabaho na may pinakamaraming na-issue na LMIA? Look and listen. I'm only gonna mention top 10. General farm workers, cooks, food service supervisors, food counter attendants, kitchen helpers, and related support occupations. Transport truck drivers, laborers in foods, beverage, and associated products processing, nursery and greenhouse workers, fish and seafood plant workers, construction trades helpers and laborers, light duty cleaners, nurse aides, orderlies, and patient service associates. Top 10 lang itong sinabi ko. Sa LMIA approval list na nag-gather ko, there are 404 different occupations altogether. May mga management, IT, healthcare, and many other occupations with approved LMIA. So as I said, you can get this list from me. All you have to do is ask by email. Okay? So, let's look at it in a practical sense. Okay? So, employers spend thousands of dollars to get an LMIA spot. Government fees pa lang, 1,000 na per spot. What about expenses ni employers sa advertising, sa lawyer or consultant who assisted them in the LMIA application, right? So, kung may employer na may open LMIA, kanino nila i-grant yung LMIA nito? Syempre, kung ako sa employer, sa most qualified applicant, or yung applicant na perhaps referred ng employee na kakilala ng employer, as long as qualified naman yung applicant. Or yung applicant na referred ng agents or immigration consultant na kakilala ng employer, di ba? In addition, kung hindi alam ni employer paano mag-apply ng work permit, most employers will not easily release yung LMIA to apply for a work permit, and then you do it on your own. Kasi kapag na-refuse yung work permit application mo, sayang yung LMIA nila kasi hindi na nila yun magagamit para sa iba. O kaya mag-quit or whatnot, right? So, in summary, there's a high demand of LMIA, but with limited supply because of high numbers of foreigners looking for an LMIA, which makes the LMIA like gold. Nagkaroon na din ng somewhat like a black market for LMIAs wherein nakukuha ito ng mga may pambayad. I don't know how, pero may mga para-paraan yung iba para maging legal ang transactions with the applicants paying whoever, like an agent or consultant, huge amount of money para makuha yung LMIA na yun. True story, may mga pikit mata na lang na nagbabayad ng up to $10,000 para sa LMIA at para magka-work permit sila. It's sad, but it's true. Oh well, money talks, right? There, I'd like to point out that this video is not to discourage anyone, but a simple way of warning to be careful in making your decisions. Huwag pong padalos-dalos. Alright? Anyway, kahit mahirap, marami din namang sinuswerte at nakakahanap ng employer dito. But I can assure you that they have sacrificed so much to be where they are. But as the saying goes, everything is possible. And there's also more chance if we continue to help one another. Gaya ng na-observe ko sa mga Facebook groups, I am amazed on how many kabayans are really trying to help others by sharing their stories and offering their help and suggestions. God bless you po. So amongst all things, you can also apply directly sa mga employers through Canada's Job Bank website. It's www.jobbank.gc.ca. Keep in mind that when applying for a job or work permit in Canada, the employer and the government will look at your qualifications to perform the duties of the job. Hindi po pwedeng kahit anong trabaho na lang na wala kang experience, or kahit anong trabaho na lang kasi wala kang choice, right? Pero kasi yung mga nagka-LMIA, kahit na magka-LMIA ka pa, maaari ding ma-refuse yung work permit application mo for not being able to prove that you can function for the job. So, it's best to apply in a job na related sa experience mo. And it will really help kung yung company na applyan mo ay nagka-LMIA na. In the list I gathered, andito yung mga companies na may LMIAs. Baka makatulong para alam mo na yung companies na applyan mo sa job bank para you're not shooting on a moving target. Ika nga. If you would like to join the manpower pool of Mercan Group, manpower pool of overseas applicants, register lang po sa www.mercanrecruit.com/OFW, and who knows, we might have an employer that is looking for you. I just want to reiterate as well that Mercan and all other companies I'm associated with does not participate in finding employers for visitors in Canada, unfortunately. Limited lang din ang job orders namin kasi mapili din kami sa employers na tinatanggap namin. Dapat compliant din sila sa rules and regulations of the Temporary Foreign Worker Program. So that's the end of our video today. My best wishes to you, and may your dreams do come true. I hope this video has been helpful, so please like, share, and subscribe na din. Again, this is Marjorie Quintos, Canadian Immigration Consultant. I will see you again soon po. Thank you. Bye-bye.